Good evening. This is Bob Dylan's song number 29 and it's called The Ballad of Frankie Lee and Judas Priest from the John Wesley Hardin album 1967. It's a song I've always liked very much. There's a lot of theories about what it's about, but I don't care, I just enjoy it, and there's a nice wee story there and a lot of great lines. One of the theories is that Frankie Lee is Dylan and Judas Priest is his manager, Albert Grossman, and there's the whole story there about, I suppose Dylan went through 4 intense years before he took a rest and came out with this album. You know, the fame and the fortune and the temptations of sex, drugs and, you know, and all of that, you know, can kill people. The 27 Club, you know, so you have to be very careful. Anyway, make up your own mind. I always like to, the song should take you wherever you want it to go, right? And that's what I think. So anyway, I enjoy doing it. Here we go. Strap in because it's about 6 minutes long. Frankie Lee and Judas Priest, they were the best of friends. So when Frankie Lee needed money one day, Judas quickly pulled out a roll of 10. He placed them on a footstool just above the flooded plain, saying, "Take your pick, Frankie boy, my loss will be your gain." Well, Frankie Lee, he sat right down and put his fingers to his chin, for with the cold eyes of Judas on him, his head began to spin. "Now would you please not stare at me like that," he said, "it's just my foolish pride. But sometimes a man must be alone, and this ain't no place to hide." Well, Judas, he just winked and said, "All right, I'll leave you here. But you better up and choose which of those bills you want before they all disappear. I'm gonna start my picking right now, just tell me where you'll be." Judas pointed down the road and said, "Eternity." "Eternity," said Frankie Lee, with a voice as cold as ice. "That's right," said Judas, "eternity, though you might call it paradise." "I don't call it anything," said Frankie Lee, with a smile. "All right," said Judas Priest, "I'll see you after a while." Well, Frankie Lee, he sat back down, feeling low and mean, when just then a passing stranger burst upon the scene, saying, "Are you Frankie Lee, the gambler, whose father is deceased? Well, if you are, there's a fella calling you down the road, and they say his name is Priest." "Oh yes, he is my friend," said Frankie Lee in fright. "I do recall him very well, and in fact he just left my sight." "Yes, that's the one," said the stranger, as quiet as a mouse. "Well, my message is he's down the road, stranded in a house." Well, Frankie Lee, he trembled, he dropped everything and ran, until he came upon the spot where Judas Priest did stand. "What kind of a house is this," he said, "where I have come to roam?" "It's not a house," said Judas Priest, "it's not a house, it's a home." Well, Frankie Lee, he trembled, he soon lost all control over everything which he had made while the mission bells did toll. He just stood there staring at that big house as bright as any sun, with 24 windows and a woman's face in every one. Well, up the stairs ran Frankie Lee with a soulful bounding leap, and foaming at the mouth, he began to make his midnight creep. For 16 days and nights he raved, but on the 17th he burst into the arms of Judas priest, which is where he died of thirst. No one tried to say a thing when they took him out in jest, except of course the little neighbor boy who carried him to rest. He just walked along the road with his guilt so well concealed, and muttered underneath his breath, nothing is revealed. Well, the moral of this story, the moral of this song, is simply that one should never be where one does not belong. So when you see your neighbor carry something, help him with his load. Don't go mistaking paradise for that home across the road. Yeah, thank you. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed that.